Hello everyone, welcome back to All the Mods 10 multiplayer. So you can see I've been very busy. I've actually been busy with the thing that you can see this time. I've made a bunch of machines, and as you can see I've duplicated a bunch of these at least. So yeah, let me go over what I've got. I've got an absolute ton of compressors. I said I would do this last episode and never got round to it, but yeah, I'm trying to use the flat pattern providers. I probably shouldn't at this point. I probably should have used the fat version, you know, the full block version, and just put them all up here. But this looks kind of cool, I think, with the exposed cables. So yeah, over here we've got a ton of compressors. We've got 16 to be precise, because we've got so many recipes. A few of these are doubled up, I will admit. So like the stainless steel and the silicon plates and the Cantal and all of that is all in this one. Tungsten and battery, alloy, and yeah. Steel is on its own, and I've put in one of these overdrive modules. So this is constantly pulling power right now, which is a little bit bad, I will admit, but it should be fine, because it means that steel will always be producing at like a really high speed. And we apparently need like a ridiculous amount of steel for everything. So I'm good with that. So yeah, 16 compressors, 16 of these chemical reactors, because we need this for like everything. Everything has got a advanced machine frame in it. You can see on the sides here, everything's got advanced. I've got 4 wire mills. I've got 4 bending machines, which, by the way, I didn't know this. Bending machines are not from modern industrialization. They're from the extended industrialization, which I think when I first started doing modern industrialization in my single player, extended wasn't in the pack at the time. So that does make sense why I ended up using compressors instead of the bending machine, because I didn't know it was a thing when I first started, and I obviously didn't look it up afterwards. So yeah, we got 4 bending machines, 4 wire mills. We've got 6 assemblers. I've actually got 2 over here. I should probably move these over to here. That would make sense a little bit. Meh, it's all good. I've got 4 cutting machines. I've got a polarizer, which I need to do that too. Yeah, that is the issue. I have to make sure they're all on auto eject. Yeah, these are all on auto eject. I've got 4 of the mixers. I've got an alloy smelter, although it doesn't have anything in there. The distillery also doesn't have anything in there. We've got the electric unpacker, which is actually really, really handy because of the silicon skip that we've got. We've got the electric packer, which from what I remember, yeah, it doesn't really do too much, but still good to have. We've got 2 electrolyzers, although from what I remember, yeah, this one only gets hydrogen and oxygen, but I don't think we need that for anything right now. And this one only gets salt and chlorine. So technically these are the same recipe. That's the same recipe as that. And that is the same recipe as that. So I could put some overdrive modules in this, but I don't need it to be real quick, right? And then finally, we got some centrifuges right there. So there you go. There's all of my machines that I'm going to use. Now, I know what a lot of people do is they set up like a bunch of these machines together. And then let's say you really want to get the analog, this thing, which we've got nearly 3K of now, but it's quite a lot, isn't it, actually, thinking about it? But let's say you really want to get this. You'd set up a thing to make resistors. You set up a thing to make indicators. Is that indicators? Inductors. Sorry, not indicators. You set up a capacitor thing. You set up an analog circuit thing. You set up a copper wire mill thing. Get all of those in a big line. And then right at the end, you'll have all of your analog circuits. And you let it all back up. And then finally, you've got your analog circuits. This is exactly what we did over here for this thing. Oh, I can't put that back in now. Whoops. Okay, whoops. Anyway, this is all backed up now. You can see, got an absolute ton of coke dust right there. We've got loads of coke dust here. We've got loads of coal dust in here as well. This thing is full of synthetic oil. Raw synthetic oil to synthetic oil. Synthetic oil turns into synthetic rubber with the addition of sulfur. And then paper and the synthetic rubber turn into rubber sheets. So we've got like an absolute ton of rubber sheets. And that's all backed up, and we don't need to really do anything else with that. So, yeah. I think that was a cool idea. All of these are P2P'd, by the way. So if I come under here, you'll see there's a P2P right there. And that is for this 32, because, well, you'll notice there's 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8, which is 32. So that's using up all of the channels over here. Now, luckily, these can do a lot, right? So these actually input and output from the back. Plus, they're getting the power from the induction card right here. So, like, this is doing a lot right there, just on one side. Input, output, and power on one side, which is really good. But that is 32 things on this one here. And we've got another P2P. You can see it just over there, which is pointing in this direction, which goes all the way over here. Comes up over here. And again, this is doing 32 as well, because that is 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8, which is 32. So yeah, we did really well right there. It's just two P2Ps, basically. And we got all of these all set up. I will show you as well, if we pop over here, we've got rid of all of the things over here. Should probably put a piece of glass right there. Glass. There you go. That's pretty cool, I think, that we got rid of all of the machines right there. Now, today, my whole plan is we're going to get a bunch more of these blast furnaces. I think it needs to be done. Now, I did have a little bit of a look, and you can make a... Well, this is what this is right here. I'll show you, actually, if I get the heat proof. So I've already... Oh, it's in my inventory. It's right there. If we put the heat proof on all of the bits that are in purple, like that, and then we actually need to come up a couple. So I think it's here. So this isn't going to be how it stays, I don't think. To be fair, we could do it like this. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. So if I do this and this, that is all of the heat proof that we need. And if I have a look in here and I go to electric blast furnace, I've got 3 electric blast furnaces. So if I do 3 like that, we can have all of the inputs on the top, which is what I'm going to do. So, in fact, we could have all the outputs on the top. Well, it doesn't really matter, but I need to make some steel inputs or items. So we need 3 of these. So is that an item one? That is a fluid one, but that's fine. And we need 3 of these. And what's going to happen is I'm going to put the inputs on the bottom here. I'm going to put the outputs on the top. Yeah, I think I like that. I kind of want these. No, they're good where they are. And then all we need is Kanthal in the middle. And they will be sharing a wall. Now, the only thing is, with this, if I hold this, it's going to show me. Yeah, there we go. In fact, what we need to do, make all of these Kanthal. Because we've got access to Kanthal, we might as well use it, right? So if I do this, you can see they're all sharing walls right there. Now, you can't actually use, so if I do this again, you can't use this bit here, because otherwise it will think it won't understand which machine it's going to go for. So you have to use these ones in the middle, which is why, if you have a look at this, this sort of layout right here, these are in black, because they're the areas that we can put stuff. So there's the 3 fluid input, the 3 steel item inputs. Yeah. So I'm going to put the item ones in the middle, just like this. And I'm going to put the fluid ones at the back, just like that. And we also need to do outputs. Before I do that, though, let's make another 3 of these. And we'll make another 3 of these as well. This over here is going to be for the vacuum freezers. I'm going to make a bunch more vacuum freezers and put them over here. Well, if we're going to 3x the amount of blast furnaces that we've got, we might as well 3x the amount of vacuum freezers we've got. So, steel outputs. I might need to up these to advanced eventually, but for now, let's do 6 of each. And 6 of that as well. There you go. So you can see right now, this is coming in clutch. Still making right there. I could technically get some basic, these things, upgrades. And to be fair, I don't think I've got a recipe yet for this, for the advanced. And we do need the advanced, from what I remember, to make... Oh, we need the turbo. Or is it the highly advanced? Okay, we need the highly advanced ones. Flipping heck, okay. Well, we need to basically make the better tier of these anyway. So we might as well do that eventually and put them in here. And I should probably up the machine hull on this as well. Make it go a little quicker. Anyway, there's the output for the... What one's this again? This one is item. And I think this is item? Yeah. Okay, I want to make it so they kind of match. If I do that, I'm actually going to put these at the back. No, sorry, at the front. Right here. So they proper match. Because we've got 2 inputs. We've got the fluid and item right in the middle. And then we've got 2 outputs. And that's going to be fluid. Sorry. That one there is going to be fluid. And that one there is going to be items. Does that make sense to you guys? I hope it does. So is that item output? Yeah. Good stuff. Wait. That's item. Confusing myself right now. So yeah, I'm going to do the same thing over here, except obviously it's going to be made out of frostproof casing. I actually need more of this frostproof because I did forget that the middle bit on this one is also frostproof. So we kind of need to go all the way across as well. So let's do the front bit. 1, 2, 3. And we just go across. Basically, I'm going to mirror what we've got right here. And I'm going to do the same thing with the vacuum freezers. These ones. Now, if I took these two, maybe we could... Oh, it doesn't matter. Anyway, that's the plan for this one. I want to get all of these outputs all put together first. So that's... What was that? That is the fluid output hatch. That can go there. That can go there. And that can go there. There you go. So, item, fluid, item, fluid, item, fluid. And they're both, all of these outputs. Perfect. Now, we need a load of Canthal for this. Oh, I didn't think about power. Ah, that's what that last one's for. Okie dokie. That is actually really useful. I could put power right there, which means I can do the same for this. So we're working in the constraints of the middle bit, basically, of the electric blast furnace and vacuum freezer. There you go. So right there is where I need to put... I'm going to put HV. Now, I did hear, I think you can basically use the energy input hatches wherever. It doesn't matter if it's for this one or this one. But we're going to do... cancel that. Let's do 6, because we're also going to need them for... Oh, I'm out of silver again. I've got a load of silver. Why are you not going into my my new ore processing? Oh, yeah, I set up ore processing between episodes as well. Not sure I mentioned that. You guys probably hated me for this. The way that I did it here is all of the... This is on the highest priority. So if I have a look right here. There you go. It's on the highest priority that it can be. And, nice. That means that all of the iron ore that comes in, all of the, you know, all of these different ores right here. Why are you not being input? Did I do something wrong there? Oh, yeah, you're supposed to go into here, but you didn't. I'll figure something out for that. But, yeah, basically, all of these are being squished up. So let's have a look at this one over here. This one's tin. So the tin is being squished. We get 5 out of that. And they go straight into this unobtainium furnace. I'm not even bothering to, like, you know, crush them or whatever. Because it's infinite. We're getting these for free. So if we want to get more for free, then we can just go and get more of them. Set up another couple of, what do you call them? These things. the quarries. Now, we are going to set up 3 new quarries this episode as well. Because, well, you can already see it here. We've got all the moddedium drills. We've got the vibranium drills. And we've got the unobtainium drills. And you get 4 out of it, but they are never used. There's a 0% consumption chance thing right there. So that means they are never used. So we could technically set up 4 for each of these. And that'll get us a ridiculous amount of netherrack. I think you always get netherrack from what this is saying. 25% chance to get blackstone, basalt, soul soil, magma blocks, soul sand, ancient debris, glowstone, diorite, cobblestone, all of these things basically. So yeah, I want to definitely get the unobtainium. Vibranium, I think, gives you vibranium, which is pretty cool. And all the moddedium. Why does vibranium give you vibranium, but the rest don't? That's really weird, isn't it? But these ones, again, these ones give you like loads of cobblestone and stuff. So I'm quite happy. Well, cobblestone doesn't really matter, but like dirt, it's pretty good. It's pretty good getting 10 every so often. And we could probably put a load of upgrades with this and make it like super quick. And again, 0% consumption chance. So really, really good to do this. So that's going to be the plan for today. But what we're going to do first is set up all of the blast furnaces. So, oh yeah, and that's what I was going to look at, was the silver. So let's pop down here. I do have an export bus. Ah, did I ever set this to input on the bottom? No, I didn't. Okay. And did I ever put any... No, I didn't. Okay, acceleration cards. So I could put this in like that. There you go. I wanted to show you as well. I made some nukes. I made 2 nukes because why not? And I got a little message, which I'm going to put up on screen right now. There it is. So, yeah, it says Destroyer of Worlds. And then I linked that I got a nuke like straight away. That's pretty cool. I like that. This is giving us a load of silver now, which is perfect. Right. Concrete. Let's put that back. Another thing I want to mention is why it looks a bit like this, and that is because F3G. That's within a chunk border right there. So, yeah, I like that. I'll have to do something about lapis. I didn't think about that. This needs to go somewhere else. We might have to use a modular router or something for this one, purely for that one, because this doesn't get smelted, so kind of makes sense, right? Could do that though. How much lapis do we get per ore from the mechanical squeezer? 3 there. Only 1 there. That's kind of bad, isn't it? 1. Oh, flipping out. That's really, really rubbish. Oh, you've got a % chance to get an extra couple. Okay. That's not really that good. What we should probably do is have a fortune. And we should be mining that somehow, but that's lag, and I don't want to do any lag on the server right now, at least. So, we were going to look up HV. And I was going to make 6 of those, wasn't I? Yeah. Now, you could already see there's 500 steel plates. Now, before we do that, let's make some basic upgrades. And let's go for a stack. Even that is going to be 96 steel plates, so that's kind of funny. But yeah, let's get that on the go. All of these start lighting up. Love to see it. This one over here is going to be... Wow. I would say it's super quick, but I think like after a couple of overclocks on this is quicker than this one down here. Because steel is just not very quick to make into plates. It's so annoying. Anyway, over here, I kind of don't like how compact it is over here, if I'm honest. I wish I moved the cable back a little bit. But this does give us the option to like build a wall around this and make it look a bit neater later on. I like the fact that the cables are exposed a little bit. I'm getting into it. Underneath this is where we're going to do another P2P off of the same cable that we've got. So there's a P2P we could go off in this direction and then come round and, yeah, do stuff underneath this. And underneath this. Thought that'd be a good idea. So, right, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get some basic upgrades. We've already got 12, which we can already stick into this one. Make it go a little quicker. Okay, that's much better already, just having 12 basic upgrades in there. I like that. The reason that I haven't put the overdrive or whatever it's called, overdrive module in these ones is because they actually share with a few others. And this one is on its own, which is why it's only got, yeah. It's got that much. So let's stick those in as well. Now, it does need to get up to that point, which is kind of annoying. Are you over here? Are you making it, are you? Yeah, you are. So that's going to take a little while. But yeah, let's get the HV and I'll get some Canthal on the go as well. So before we go, let's try and figure out how much Canthal coils we need. So we need 6 plus 6, so 12, so 24, plus we need 4 here. So 28 plus another 4, which is 32, plus another 4, which is 36. And do I have it? Canthal? Yeah, I do. 36. I think that's how many we need. I did forget that you need to put it through the blast furnace. But that's fine. We could just let that go. It doesn't need anything else either, so that's fine. Let's do it. I will just say I've been looking into the quantum circuit. Now, I had a bit of an issue with the quantum circuit in my single player. This is very cramped, isn't it? A little bit. But I wanted to do it like this because this is an odd. No, this is an even number because it's a chunk, right? This is a whole chunk. See? So yeah, I had to make it a little bit like this, unfortunately. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Over here, I had a bit of an issue in my single player when it came to the quantum circuit board. Because if you put superconducting cable into a assembler, so if we do this and we have a look at assembler, if you put the superconducting cable in an assembler on its own, it will make some superconducting coil if you've got 8 of them. Now, this recipe here has 12, so it sees those, you know, it puts 12 in, and it sees that it's got more than 8, so it tries to make the coil, and then it breaks this recipe. Only way around it that I found is you do this, where you specifically say, this here is the recipe for it, and then 12 go in, and it's like, okay, I need to use it to make this recipe, not the superconducting coil recipe. So we have got one that is dedicated purely to this board, because otherwise it just breaks everything. So, yeah. I've also started putting together, like, the things for the drills and stuff, so it shouldn't be that bad to make these drills. The drill itself, like, yeah, we could make all of this stuff relatively easily. How do you make the bolts? Oh, you need to... Okay, that's fine. We could do that. Right, anyway, in the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a couple of buffers. Buffers. Have I not got this as a recipe? I need to make some travel anchors as well. Travel anchors. Ah, yeah, okay, we probably set that recipe up as well then. It just means that I can get over here a lot quicker. I suppose I could have done a /home. It seems a bit of a waste, doesn't it, if you do that, though. So that was easy. We've got, okay, a bunch of recipes that we need to program in then. Not too bad, is it? Nope, not that one. It's this one. And then need to do the nugget recipe, and then we also need to do pulsating recipe. Good stuff. You'll also notice that in my inventory, I've got cryo fluid. I'm going to have a dedicated, what do you call it for cryo fluid? A dedicated vacuum freezer for cryo fluid. So that's the plan at least. This is the alloy smelter, so I can pop that one in there. Conduit binding. Which one's this again? I think this one goes in over here. Yeah. Now can we make the travel anchors? Oh, we can indeed. That was easy. I'm going to set one over here. Now, I would put it right there, but obviously there's a cable in the way. So let's put it here. Give it a name. And then let's say we're over at the processing area. And we're like, oh, we got a recipe that we want to do. We could open this up and then get confused and not do this and it'd be a pain. Or we just zip over to here. That's much nicer, isn't it? And we should probably make a couple of these and put them like dotted around the place. Let's make 5. There we go. And then I will put one. Oh, I've got a really good place to put one. And that is if we want to go to the nether. We should put one there and just say nether portal. So now if we are basically over here, we could be like, oh, need to go to the nether. Pop up here. Walk through. Easy stuff. Okay. Let's get out of that. There we go. And then finally, we could put one over here somewhere. Maybe we put it in the corner. We put it over here. That'd be a good idea. MI processing. I'll just put MI Pro. There you go. That kind of takes us to the bees as well, but I could do with one for the bees. I will, by the way, I do intend on swapping this out from Super Factory Manager because this went a little bit mental at one point and it was at like 15 milliseconds per tick, which is kind of a lot. So, and that was purely because all of this got backed up with honey. And even this right now is not really doing very well on honey, even though it should. Or it just can't keep up by the looks of it. So, yeah, we need to do something about the honey over here. I was going to set up a formulaic assemblycator. Oh, this reminds me. Last episode, we did some plutonium, which I have ripped down the stuff. I know I'd said I would ask you guys if I should rip it down or not. And when I was about to start this episode, I was like, I'm just going to do it. So, sorry. But, yeah, I've got this formulaic assemblycator over here, which is making the plutonium blocks. And what you do is you put a piece of plutonium in the middle and then you surround it with plutonium. Plutonium's obviously coming from the bee. And if we have a look in here, we've got loads of plutonium because when the block goes into the system, it will go straight into the drawer up here. And then the drawer will make it into, you know, the nuggets and the plutonium ingots and stuff. So that was a really neat way of doing it, in my opinion. That's like better than, you know, unpacking it and then packing it back down and stuff like that. So, yeah, formulaic assemblycator, which has got one of the weirdest names in the whole of Minecraft, in my opinion, but there it is. So, whilst I was talking, we finished all of the canthal by the looks of it. Canthal. So, I could place all of this in the areas that are needed. I think I've got enough right here. Fingers crossed. I swear my maths... Oh, yeah, my maths came out perfect. There you go. So, these all share a side wall. And this one here shares 2 side walls. So, that's pretty cool. We just need the HVs to come in now. So, this is going to take a little while. Also, whilst it's making all of the stainless steel, we can't be making any of the soldering alloy for the steel drills. Which, by the way, is still going really nicely over here. We still have the issue that it loses it. Oh, no, I put in some overdrive modules. That's it. I think if this loses power because the system goes offline, and same with this one over here. Yeah, I think if these two lose power, it still loses all of its overclocks. I could be wrong though. But yeah, I put overdrive upgrades in all of these because I thought it'd be a good idea. And these have just been ticking along like really nicely. I should do something with the coal and the lignite coal, whatever you call it, this stuff. And the redstone as well, but we can get to that another time. I am very distractible today, so apologies, but I am going to make the buffer now, and we're going to make 6 buffers. So, okay, there's 3. Let's pop over here now. So, we're going to have a buffer for... flipping heck. There we go. A buffer for each of these right here. I did make some storage buses. Thank you. So we're going to put a storage bus on each of these. By the way, you don't have to do this. You could literally use pipes, but this does both types. So you could actually use a pipe from pipes because it can do multiple like things. It can do fluids and items, but never use those on servers because they're known to be like a bit of a pain for servers. So let's grab a few cables. So I'm going to use these purple ones. I will hook this up later. Why does it always rain? It rains so much on this server, honestly. Let's grab some import buses. And I will put all of the upgrades in these import buses as well before we put down the buffers. But basically what's going to happen is when I hook this up to like 82 power, it will pull from the buffer. So my plan is we're going to have a buffer there. And then right next to it, we're going to have the pattern provider. It doesn't need to be the extended, but I had a bunch of extended from when I moved everything from over there. So we're going to put basically pattern providers here and here for all of these. And then we're also going to have like buffers over here as well. This one over here, by the way, has got 2 fluid input hatches because cryofluid needs 2 fluids. So yeah, I think we can set these as well. We can set these to be like, you know, only take a certain amount of, yeah, you can lock it. So that's what we'll probably end up doing eventually. But yeah, for now, this has only got a fluid output as well because it can only make cryofluid. Basically, this is going to be purely for cryofluid, this one right here. Have we got any HVs? No, not yet. Not making all of the stainless steel. This is why we need to do this. Because we need a ton of stainless steel and that just takes ages. Right, we got a couple of these HV energy inputs. I can just show you that that does turn. And that one also turns. So we've got 2 technically right here. Once we get one more, we'll put it here. But yeah, over here, I wanted to just show you my new plan. My master plan. So let's go under here. Storage bus, and then import bus. Now, the good part is the storage bus on this one is for the steel input item hatch, and that is the fluid hatch. So the storage buses, they know what type can go in this and this. So when you do an import, flipping it, it's really difficult to explain like this, but when you do an import from here, which can have items and fluids, it knows to put it in either the item or fluid one. Hopefully that makes sense. What I'm going to do here is, so the purple, we've got the purple cable right there. I'm literally going to just do that and then put a quartz fiber on it. And then let me just put all of the concrete back in like that. And then if I place this down, all I need to do is hook this up. I'll hook it up from the bottom maybe. And I can do it on this side as well. Just in this example. I'm actually going to put the cryofluid into this one. So what this will do is it will provide power to what we just did. So this thing right here with the import bus and all of the storage stuff. And it will... I just took my boots off. That's weird. Okay. It will put all of the items that it gets from the craft, or the fluids in this case, into the item buffer, or the ingredient buffer. So that could be fluids, items, gases, I think also work. And then they're going to be pulled out and put into the appropriate hatches. So in this case, over here, it should be running perfectly fine. Have we got another one? Yeah, we do. There you go. So we've got 3 electric blast furnaces, and they're all like together, basically. I think you can go 4, but I don't want to like wait that long, if I'm honest. So right now, all I need to do is stick this here, stick one of those on there, and then put a pattern provider. So all the quartz fiber does is provide power to the cable back there. It doesn't provide any channels or anything. So this should be literally a 6-channel thing over here. And these just have their own sort of channels because that's how applied energistic works. So if I do that, these would technically work. I can go grab a couple of the patterns from my other blast furnace. And I can pop them in here. The only thing is we need to output, and we also need to put some power into this. So I am going to have to run a cable that goes maybe up the side here. We could do it like here or something, or yeah, up the side here, and then another one over there that goes up the side there. And then it goes up onto the top, because we're going to need to input from here, 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 and then we're going to have to output power into these HV energy inputs, right? So that's going to be a little bit of a pain, but it's all good. Do the same on this side. And I also, oh, they're actually coming in hard and fast right now, which is pretty good. But yeah, I'm actually going to have to make a bunch more of the vacuum. What's this thing called again? Vacuum freezer. Yeah, I need to make a bunch more of those and put those in place over here. Right. This is what this turned out to be like. I'll show you over here. I've cabled everything up as well. So to get around, I couldn't be asked to use the cable anchor. So I just used a different color cable. That's the whole point, right? Use 2 different color cables that doesn't join up with the purple cable. And then I can use a regular cable, one that doesn't have any color on it, and then link it back up with purple. So this is still purple. It's just, I wanted to show that off, that you can do stuff like that. So anyway, that's coming over to here. And that is linking up to the pattern provider. So all of these have got, well, all of these pattern providers are right here. And then on top here, this is where the magic happens, basically. Cable comes up from down there, comes up to here. And we've got some interfaces. And the interfaces have the induction card. And the induction card is providing power to the HV energy input hatch. Right there, there, and there. It's also an interface, meaning that you can literally stick items in it and it will go into the system. So what we've got right here on the white cable is we've got import buses pulling from the steel fluid and steel item output hatches. So they're just pulling from this, and they're putting into the storage bus, which is the interface. So anything that gets put into the fluid and the fluid and item output hatch will end up in the interface, and that will go into our system. So should we do stainless steel? Let's make another 4 of these because we've already got the dust. So if I do that, what's going to happen is it will come into here. They will get pulled out. I think I put the acceleration cards in already. So yeah, it looks like they've already been pulled out. Can we actually get to... Okay, the fluid one is at the back, which is kind of annoying. Could dig into here, I guess, and we can have a look. So that one is right in the middle. There's the stainless steel dust right there. And then whilst that's happening, over here I have put... So that there's the recipe for the stainless steel. Over here, I've got the titanium. Now, before we do that, I also have the vacuum freezers all set up as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to nick the recipe for titanium out of here. I'm going to leave the stainless steel in this one. It's currently going, so I don't want to interrupt it, let's say. I'm going to put this one in over here. Like this. And what we'll do is, whilst that's happening with the stainless steel, let's do titanium. And get, I don't know, like 10 titanium. That's going to send all of the stuff over to here. And there you go. That's just working how you'd expect. And then when this finishes, it will go into here. I already had a hot titanium by the looks of it for some reason. So that's already going into this. I will at some point put the stainless steel over here. I basically want these two to be mirrored. So does this make sense to people? It probably doesn't. If you're on the server, you can obviously pop over and you can have a look at this. I'm very, very tempted to set up another electric blast furnace and another one of these vacuum freezers right over here. So there's 4 of them because you can have quad. I've heard that before. Might even be able to get 5 and 6, but I'm only going to do 4, I think. I'm very tempted, let's say, to do that. I just feel like the electric blast furnace is like kind of special and we really need it to be as quick as it can be. So anyway, there's the stainless steel. It's still going by the looks of it, but that was a lot quicker. And the titanium's already finished, or it's already done when it comes to the hot version of it. So this has got a couple of hot ingots in there waiting to be cooled down as well, which is really good. So good stuff right there. I'm glad we did that. Right, anyway, for now, I want to see if we can make a quantum circuit. Quantum circuit. I don't know if we've... okay, so there's a few bits that I am missing. Plutonium... Oh, yeah, the battery. That's actually a really good thing. And helium-3. Our Lord and Savior, Skippy, is the one that relies on some helium right there. So how do we get helium, though? That is the question. Shale oil. Yeah, we're not doing that. Heat exchanger from cryo fluids. So it looks like we might need to set up a... Oh my goodness, that is terrible right there. Oh, that's another way that you can get uranium right there. Oh, but this is uranium, sorry. No, that's not what we're looking for. Yeah, we were looking for plutonium last episode. Okay, so there's no real good way to get helium by the looks of it. And, wow, I say that. There's no real good way to get the shale oil, which we would be using in one of these over here. We could use the shale oil in one of these, but this one probably. But nah, we're not going to do that. So there's no real good way to get helium then. Oh, that's kind of annoying. And there we go. We've got ourselves some centrifuges for our monazite. Now, what I probably should do... Oh, by the way, I put a helium one over here. So we've got nearly a bucket of helium. And we need lots of helium by the looks of it for helium-3. Oh my goodness, you need a whole bucket of it to get 5 millibuckets of helium-3. You're kidding me. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, and... Wait a minute. Does that mean we need 10 buckets? Yeah. We need 10 buckets of helium before we can actually get ourselves any helium-3. Or, wait, that is used for one of these quantum circuit boards. Oh my goodness. How many quantum circuit boards do we need? Sorry. That's, we need 8. We need 8 quantum circuit boards per. So if it's 10 buckets per one of these of helium. So that's 80 buckets of helium per quantum upgrade. But yeah, there we go. Right, let's call it here for today. So thank you for watching. Thanks for joining. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.